One of these. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had these packs are juiced. These packs are juiced. I've been doing these 80 plus double upgrade packs, and they are just so juiced. I've almost got the 87 rated block done for the Icons upgrade pack, and we just packed Luis Hernandez, 4-star, World Cup Icons, Luis Hernandez. Oh, what on earth is this? Attack positioning, finishing, pace. Guys, look at the dribbling stats. The aggression's kind of low, right? So I don't know if I'm using a Hawk or a Hunter. But guys, oh man, we just got a new striker. What is going on, guys? Sid here with another FIFA 23 video, and welcome to the RTG on this channel. So guys, if you tuned into the most recent RTG episode, you know that we did the 87 plus base or mid icon upgrade pack, right? And because we were in the process of doing that, I had to sell off my Allison, right? And he freed up some coins in the back, right? He freed up some coins in my RTG, and I used that to do some more 80 plus double upgrade packs, right? So guys, that was after I packed that beautiful Luis Hernandez, which is what we're using in these matches, right? So I just got in from the hospital, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just jump in and give this card a go and give you guys a player review, right? Because you guys have not seen a player review in quite some time. And if you guys have been following the channel, you know how badly I've been wanting to make another video focused solely on, you know, like a player review that you guys could just like tune in and just get an idea, right, of a card that you normally don't see in FIFA, right, on a FIFA RTG, right? And I just literally packed World Cup icon Luis Hernandez, 88 rated striker, guys, and I'm telling you, the way the stats are distributed on the card after the two most recent patches, guys, bar none, one of the best strikers I've used in FIFA. But the first match is not going to show you that, right? Because it's like I treated it as a warm-up match, and it's a Tuesday night, and anyone jumping into FUT Champs on a FUT Champs qualifiers on a Tuesday night, playing at a FUT Champs level, guys, these guys are no joke, right? On a Tuesday night, these are probably like, you know, like these are players that just don't mess around. So guys, Allison, I was not able to get my Allison back in time, so I just decided to play with Areola in the meantime and play with my Salah off chem, right? Not too big of a hit there, right? In terms of like losing attacking prowess, right? But you do have to sub off your goalkeeper almost immediately, right? You treat it like you would in draft. But the funny thing is, I subbed off Allison, right, in the first match, and the Allison, I had like the World Cup, I'm using the World Cup version of the card, right, in the meantime, right, because I have that. And like he just kept dropping like a bag of rocks, right? Like after the first goal, he drops again, right? Like it seemed like he wasn't making the dives for some reason, and I'm just like scratching my head, and I'm just like, oh my god, the floodgates are open, right? And it's just like one of those things, right? Because I normally don't concede that many goals, right, against opponents, right? And if I do, you know, obviously we all succumb to a rage quit, you know, every once in a while. But tonight I was just like taking a bite. I was like, should I rage? I was like, should I rage at this point? It's already 3-0, right? And am I wasting my time, right? But I was like, you know what? No. I have to try out this Luis Hernandez card, right? It's the first match played. I've got to figure the card out. Might as well take what I can from the card, you know, take what I can from the match and learn the card, right? So first half, I just got my butt handed to me. I felt like, you know, like I felt like South Korea after the Brazil match, right? The first half, like literally that's how I felt, right? Or today, right? Portugal played, and it was quite similar, right? And for some reason, the goal tally didn't show up there, right? But this player obviously is a really class opponent, right? And guys, he scores again, right, in the second half with Stoichkov. So I'm just like floored. But you know what? Didn't really matter. I was like, okay, you know, let's play out the match. Let's see the match through and see what we can do, if anything, right? So get a break with Salah, and we make it 5-1. Is this the start of a comeback, right? That's the question we have to start asking in this match, right? And guys, we still haven't seen Luis Hernandez in the first match, kind of like a ghost so far, right? So I was just like trying to figure it out, like why is my Luis Hernandez not picking up steam? And there you have it. He moves into the correct position in the box, right? Little late, but better late than never, right? So he scores his first goal in the second half, right? So now we are literally a couple minutes after the first Luis Hernandez goal, right? We take it back up. We bring on Ribs in the second half, right? Pass it over. Boom, Luis Hernandez again, right? So 2 goals for Luis Hernandez in the first match. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, right? So obviously there were a lot of defensive errors, right? And Benacer is a high medium, right? So I was just like thinking about that. I was like really iffy. Should I even bring him on, right? Because that is quite important, right? Because defending in the midfield, right? I kind of needed another strong defender. But guys, check this out, right? Take it up, pass it back to Salah. One of the most like that finesse shot, right? It was just like slow. It was like a slow motion finesse shot, right? So I make it 5-4. Luis Hernandez scores me 2 goals in the first match. And guys, we get to the 90th minute, and I guess after the Salah goal, my opponent decided to just play it smart, right? He decided to play it smart, obviously, right? So I tried to like press the action and try to like press him and overload and do all that stuff. But guys, he knew that he didn't want to bring me back into the match. So the match ends 5-4, right? So I did try to make a comeback. It was my first match. It was a warm-up match. It's at a FUT Champs level, guys, and we're just getting a feel for the Luis Hernandez card. 7.9 rating, right? Not the best rating, but I'm pretty much speaking over myself, right? At the end of the matches, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about showing you gameplay footage of World Cup icon Luis Hernandez, right? So 88 rated striker, and in the first match, he was a little slow to arrive, right? It was just like getting a feel for the card, getting a feel for how he moves in game, what he's good at, you know, his strengths, his weaknesses. Guys, one thing I will tell you is that his physicality does show up. If he gets nudged, right, which he rarely does actually get nudged in the way you'll think he gets nudged, right? Because his pace is just maxed out, right? He's just with this card, that's exactly what I mean, right? My opponent went to go slide tackle, and he just like evades the slide tackle. The animation doesn't click in, right? Because the Luis Hernandez card, he's just so in game. The accelerate type is explosive, and is he explosive? Absolutely. You can feel how he moves in game. He's just like an absolute demon on the ball. He's definitely like if you are a sweaty player, if you are a pace abusey type player, right? This is the card for you, right? Because you will burn defenders with that card. So, guys, first goal scored, it's not with Luis Hernandez, kind of dummies it, right? Opponent thinks I'm going to pass it to Luis Hernandez. I ended up passing it to Rafael Leao. Leao takes a shot, right? So we make it 1-0 really quickly, right? And we didn't even get to sub on a goalkeeper. Luis Hernandez, like almost immediately after, scores a goal. I kind of clipped that a little like messed up, but guys, he's already there. He's already where he's supposed to be in the second match. So here's the thing. I started coasting right after this, and something happened, right? I just kept taking my foot off the gas in this match, right? In the first match, it's understandable. In the second match, you're supposed to be warmed up, right? But today, for some reason, I wasn't warming up on time. But I really wanted to, you know, I'm dead tired when you're seeing this, when you're seeing these matches being played. But geez, I really wanted to give you guys something other than just grinding menus, right? Because majority of the time when you're looking at the RTG, it's just menu grind, right? And it's partially because I'm lazy, right? So we make it 3-1. Guys, Abdi Pele shows up, and Abdi Pele as a center attacking mid is absolutely monstrous, right? And I packed that card, and he is just so good. FUT Heroes Abdi Pele, so good. He deserves a player review in his own right? But guys, look at that goal by my opponent. My opponent scores this absolute blinder, this absolute insane long distance blast with Michael Ballack. And guys, I'm just like thinking to myself right now, I'm just like, what the hell? And it's largely due to me coasting, right? I end up getting too lazy. Like I go up and then like I don't want to continue playing, right? I just want to like, why aren't you raging? Why aren't you raging? Well, in FUT Champs level matches, rarely do people rage. They see it through, right? Because they all have the dog in them. They all love to fight. But guys, Luis Hernandez shows up again, right? He scores that beautiful finesse shot. And I'm just like thinking to myself, guys, this card is just so dangerous that I want to keep him on. Like he's such a dangerous card, right? He like my Richarlison card isn't at the level of this card as of yet, right? And he will be, right? Eventually, his Once to Watch will jump up. But in the meantime, this card plays like a top-tier level striker, right? Or right under a top-tier level striker at this stage in the game, right? So Salah passes it over, right? And Luis Hernandez takes that easy shot. We make it 3-5, right? And right there, again, at the 69th minute, right? I start coasting again, right? And it's just one of those things where, like, I'm just like, I'm taking my foot off the gas and my opponent is not, right? Because, once more, hammer home the point, right? FUT Champs level players don't normally take their foot off the gas, right? It's not Rivals where, you know, they'll be like, okay, we'll try again later. We'll go back to the drawing board, right? Because a lot of people, they use Rivals to prep for FUT Champs, right? And it's not usually the other way around. Usually on my channel, you see me just try to grind to Elite and then just call it, right? Other people, like people distribute their times, their time differently in FIFA, right? In FIFA Ultimate Team, right? Some go the trading route, some go the playing route, some go the content creation route. You know what I mean? Like, and they mix in all a variety of content. Some people play like mini games and things like that, right? So it's one of those things where it's like a mixed bag. And for me, in the most previous years, because I've been much more of a casual player in the more recent years, I don't really take FUT Champs as seriously. Plus, it's also because of like scheduling and time and time constraints and this and that, right? Because I have a lot of other like really serious things going on in the background, so I have to budget my time differently, and over the weekend you don't really get to like sit down and play comfortably, is what I'm trying to say. So I usually try to like prioritize grinding to Elite. But this year I found it so difficult to get up to Elite, right? I'm not at Elite yet, but I feel like with this team, once the team has been crafted 100%, it should be an easy ride. So right now, my focus is really just building a God tier level side and then just doing the hard climb, right? So we're in the process of doing that, and the Luis Hernandez card is here. And guys, we're at penalties right now. And guys, my opponent's putting away 2 shots, right? And it's like literally, I put on Nakata puts it away, and so it's 2-2, guys. So this is kind of like showing you like my opponent didn't. My opponent, not for nothing, he did not take his foot off the gas. He really wanted to win this as well, right? And it goes to show you the caliber of player, right? From with FUT Champs level players, right? They're all top tier bracket players. That's what I'm literally like trying to hammer home, right? FUT Champs levels, guys, they're insanely good. Rivals as well, right? Once you get up to the higher divisions, Rivals players as well, they are absolutely world class in their own right. It's just time constraint things, right? So there's a lot of great players that don't prioritize FUT Champs. There's a lot of great players that only play FUT Champs, right? It's both, right? It just depends on where they distribute their time, right? So guys, this match ends 6-6. Guys, Luis Hernandez, just an absolute monster. But defensively, 2 games in a row where I'm averaging, right, a lot of goals, like a lot of goal concessions, right? And it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant to see that, right?
Always in the correct
so,
position.
but guys, the goals, like the goal tally has been absolutely wild, right? And guys, we're just like, I'm overdubbing myself speaking right now as this is going on, because this match went into extra time. A lot of the matches went into extra time because a lot of people don't want to, you know, like, but guys, boom, you know, that's, what a match, right? We won on penalties, right? So now we will, like, right there, I'm just like, I'm hooked, right? Because I know I can play at a level higher than I'm playing, right, in the first two matches, because it was like warm-up matches. But guys, I just figured we got to jump into some more matches, right? So that's exactly what we're about to do. We're about to play 2 more matches, right? So you guys can get a really, really good idea as to how this Luis Hernandez card plays in game. So guys, match number 3, FUT Champs level. Let's go. Okay. I love EAFC. Very cool, right? So Donnarumma, Ricardo Carvalho is absolutely insane. Look at this team. What is that team? Right? That's a god tier level side, right? At this stage in the game, that can be considered god tier, right? Because what the hell did I just see on the screen right there, right? So, me with my team, me with my goalie, right? Just you know, subbing on, right? A goalie, and I'm just like looking at that team, right? But in any case, it doesn't matter, right? We make it 1-0, right, at the 21st minute with Rafael Leao. We are in match number 3 for FUT Champs qualifiers, and guys, not a bad start, right? And Luis Hernandez in the past 2 matches, right? Once you get a hang of him, right, you know exactly how he's starting to play, right? And in terms of attack positioning, he's almost always in the, you know, like he's almost always in a dangerous position. Not always in the correct position. If he had 99 attack positioning, he would be, right? But he's always in a dangerous position, and his pace will drive him up to a dangerous position. But guys, my opponent was only scoring like, you know, like Olivier Giroud, how they say this person can only score beautiful goals. Well, this is that's my opponent in a nutshell in match number 3. All he was doing was scoring beautiful goals. He scored that absolutely insane goal with Cruyff, right? And I'm just like thinking to myself, no, he can't do this again, right? And then look, that goal with Messi, absolutely insane. And it's another thing, the World Cup version of the Alisson card, right? He just drops like a bag of rocks. It's kind of like twofold at this point. It's a beautiful goal, but it's a goal that, you know, I'm trying to like shift and block, and it's not going, you know, like right? But 2 brilliant goals by my opponent, and then he catches the ball perfectly he touches perfect touch with Di Natale, right? And then he takes that absolutely remarkable shot, and I'm just like scratching my head. I'm like, oh no, like I scored 1 goal, and then my opponent just like, you know, like, but then I'm like, okay, you know what, this is not that big of a deal. Defensively, I'm not as strong as I could be right now, but let's just go, let's play out this match, and let's see how the match ends up, right? So take it up with ribs in the second half. Luis Hernandez doesn't get nudged off the ball. He controls the ball actually quite well. Really good balance, right? And guys, take my first goal with the Hernandez card in the 3rd match, right? And guys, Luis Hernandez is always doing something, and this was the game-changing moment, right? I went in to take the shot. My opponent fouls me. That should have been a red card. He got a yellow, but I was like, okay, you know what? Let's give Luis Hernandez the penalty, right? So, guys, you got to remember, this is a FUT Champs level, and you see how my opponent's moving? Like, he's actively engaged, right? So, he really wanted to win this match as well, right? So, I make it 3-3 by the 63rd minute, and I'm just, like, scratching my head. I'm like, today's just, like, not... Like, I haven't been firing on all cylinders in FIFA 23, like, from a gameplay perspective, right? Like, I can just tell, right? And I think largely that's because I've been trying to like grind to the players, and by the time you get the players, you're tired. But in this year's FIFA, I've been much more tired with the grinding, right? Especially since I like missed like the first 2 weeks, like sort of missed the first 2 weeks of FIFA. It wasn't clean. It was just like readjusting my schedule and life scheduling and all that horrible stuff, right? That you have to do after like major life events. But guys, Luis Hernandez scores me an absolutely wicked game-winning goal. And guys, third match we end up winning, right? So one match we win on penalties, right? Not a defensively sound match, but that third match, right? Second match not defensively sound. First match we lose, right? But it was a high-scoring match. And guys, we get into the final match. But guys, look at this point. At this point in the game, 3 matches played, 8 goals, 2 assists. That's 10 contributions total, right, to the score, right? That is just absolutely insane for 3 matches. Guys, come on. That's just absolutely brilliant. So I was just like, okay, you know what? At this point, we've got to go into another match, right? Because I really want to try this player out and give him a solid go. Plus, I've seen people in Rivals use Luis Hernandez, right? In this year's FIFA, and every time I've come up against the card, like I've just been completely annihilated. So that was like another thing, right? Like I think it was like the 87 version of the card, right? But guys, I was just like, you know what? We've got to get this going. So get into the 4th and final match. I was like, we have to do one more, right? Get into the 4th and final match. And guys, this was a defensive as hell match, right? This match was just nothing but defense. Let me just check this mic. Yeah. So, yeah. And I got hit on the counter, like right off the start of the match. Smolarek hits me on the counter, right? And guys, not for nothing, this was a really, really difficult opponent. I'm fully warmed up in this match, by the way, right? That's the one thing. But then right after, I was like, okay, you know what? Not to worry. Cut back. Luis Hernandez, finesse shot inside, make it 1-1 by the 15th minute. Very, very cool, right? So we are 1-1, and this game is just like, you know, like I just know how defensively sound. Like I got defensively stronger as the matches progressed at a FUT Champs level, right? Sometimes it takes like some elite level opponents to really just bring you back up to playing at that caliber, right? At that tempo and everything, right? So by that time, right, by this 4th match, right, it was pretty much, you know, that was pretty much what was going on, right? So there you have it, right? So 1-1 at the 48th minute, right? That's what I wanted to say there. Ribery as a super sub rather than a starter is actually really, really dangerous, right? It means, right, because your opponent's expecting not, you know, with Rafael Leao, my opponent just puts it away with Park Ji-sung out of nowhere, right, by the way. But yeah, with Rafael Leao, he's not as dangerous, right, from an attacking standpoint. He's dangerous, but he's not as dangerous, right? So by the 80th minute, my opponent starts like massively doing possession play, right? He's like holding on for dear life, and I'm just like pushing the pace. Abdi Pele out of the blue takes it with a beautiful powered finesse shot, right? And the 82nd minute, I tie it up 2-2, right? So the dog in me was alive and well, and I was like fighting like no one's business, right? And guys, we get to the second half, and I sub on as many players as possible. Nakata comes on, right? And guys, I literally take it over, right? Get a corner, right? In this in extra time. Take it up the field with Ribery, pass it over with the cutback. Luis Hernandez with the game-winning goal. 4th match, 3-2. Clean win with a very defensively strong opponent. Guys, all my opponents were insanely strong today, right? And insanely high caliber, right? And, yeah, they were great opponents to feature in this video, and it really helped, right, hammer home the point that the Luis Hernandez card is actually really, really solid in game, and that red card kind of solidified the match, right? So match ended 3-2, and then I did some possession play, right, and just really just was much more cautious after scoring goals, right? So that's how this match ended. Dribbling stats, the pace, the shooting. Guys, Luis Hernandez is just an absolute menace in the attacking position, right? Absolute menace. I can't wait to get my Allison back so I can, you know, regain a sub.
this Hernandez card is a game-changing card.
guys, the game winner, right, in a very, very difficult match. What on earth? Oh, whew. Oh, with the game, he's always in the correct position, guys. Dribbling stats are amazing for a striker. Guys, the shooting stats, the attack positioning, the pace on the card. Guys, he is everywhere the defenders are not, especially with this with the chem style and the accelerate, right? Features guys, the explosive accelerate on this Hernandez card is just absolutely monstrous. Alright, so there you have it, guys. After 4 matches played, all at a FUT Champs level after I got in from the hospital. Guys, I cannot say enough good things about this Luis Hernandez card. Guys, if we are looking at the card, 4 games played, 10 goals, 2 assists. That is wild for the stage in FIFA with all of the goated defenders that they have in game, the goated midfielders. Guys, that's extremely tough to pull off at a FUT Champs level. And you guys just saw 4 FUT Champs levels matches after I got in from the hospital. And guys, Luis Hernandez, high medium, 4-star, 4-star, he shows up. His attributes show up in game. You wouldn't expect it, given that his physical stats are what they are with his strength and aggression. But guys, when I tell you, after the most recent 2 patches, this guy he's an explosive accelerate type. He shows up in game, guys. His attack positioning is not perfect, but it's extremely high. His finishing is perfect, right? His shot power shows up in game. His long shots I didn't really take. His penalties show up in game, guys. His pace is perfect, right? And the dribbling stats you don't have to touch. 88 dribbling for a striker is absolutely insane. His heading accuracy is there, but I didn't get any headers with the ball. So guys, there you have it. World Cup icon, 88 rated striker. World Cup icon Luis Hernandez, right? 88 rated Luis Hernandez, right? I just have to say that in a couple different ways. But guys, do leave some love on the video if you can. 4 games played at a FUT Champs level. I'm dead tired, but I want to continue using this card because it's so good. Plus, I have to work up to the Allison again, right? And if you saw the last video, you know exactly why we have to do that. Jeez, right? But wow. Absolutely insane. If you guys managed to pack him, what are your impressions of this card? Your initial impressions, or what's your review on this card if you've tried him out? And if you haven't tried him out, I would say give him a go. Unless of course you have something that, you know, has better like attribute details. But if you just want like a really cool Mexican striker to try out, I would say give it a go. This is a solid 9.3 out of 10. Yeah, that's my review.